Flames rise over the village as armed bandits crash through the outer gates before dawn. Screams echo between wooden houses while smoke rolls across the narrow streets. A young samurai tightens his armor in silence, knowing this night was always coming. He was born into a warrior family, and nights like this are not accidents. Years earlier, that same courtyard held a much smaller version of him. At 5 years old, training began before he even understood the word honor. Wooden swords replaced toys, and discipline replaced the softness of childhood. His stance was corrected again and again until balance became instinct. If he cried from bruised hands, no one mocked him, but no one comforted him either. Control was the first lesson because fear uncontrolled could cost lives. By 7, he trained at dawn, repeating strikes until muscles burned. By 10, he practiced drawing a blade in one smooth, decisive motion. Mistakes were not punished with anger, but corrected with relentless repetition. He was taught that a samurai must master both sword and mind. Calligraphy lessons steadied his breathing and disciplined his thoughts. Poetry reminded him that beauty and violence exist in the same world. Above all, loyalty to his lord stood above personal comfort or ambition. A samurai didn't fight for glory, but for duty and reputation. His family name carried generations of sacrifice and expectation. Dishonor would not stain only him, but everyone who came before. Stories of fallen warriors were told not to inspire fear, but responsibility. If he failed in battle or betrayed his oath, redemption might require his life. As he grew older, wooden blades gave way to sharpened steel. Armor was fitted piece by piece until its weight fell natural. He learned to move calmly even when surrounded by shouting men. He trained in rain, in heat, and in bitter winter wind. Pain became a familiar companion rather than an enemy. By adolescence, whispers of raids and rival clans reached his province. He understood that training was not tradition alone, it was preparation. Now, standing in the smoke-filled street, that preparation becomes reality. A bandit rushes forward wildly, swinging a heavy axe. Without discipline, the samurai steps aside with controlled precision and strikes cleanly. Another attacker charges from the side, but footwork saves him from the blow. His blade moves without hesitation, guided by years of repetition. Two enemies fall within moments, their confidence replaced by confusion. More bandits press forward, believing numbers will overwhelm skill. He retreats into a narrow alley, forcing them to attack one at a time. The first lunges too far and a swift counter ends the threat. The second hesitates, and hesitation on a battlefield is fatal. Steel clashes repeatedly as sparks flash beneath burning rooftops. Across the square, his father fights with the same calm discipline. This is what it meant to be born into a samurai household. Not pride, not legend, not romantic glory, but standing between chaos and the people who cannot defend themselves. The bandits finally falter as their leader falls beneath a decisive strike. Without command, their courage collapses and they retreat into darkness. Smoke drifts upward as silence slowly replaces the sounds of battle. The village still stands because warriors were raised long before this night. Being born a samurai was never a choice. It was a responsibility waiting patiently for the moment it would demand everything.